How's it going, guys? Now, by the title of this video, you might be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Being in the DJ industry, for those of you who have been DJs for a long time, you guys have seen the evolution of technology, right? Now, not all technology is good. Some was far beyond its time, and some was just, what? Not every product is going to be the dopest shit ever. So, today I'm going to talk about five DJ products, specifically 5 variations of turntables or MIDI controllers that just didn't go nowhere. Number 5. Now, some of you may disagree about these, but it's the Numark CDX or HDX. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys may have seen one of my videos where I was, testing one out and scratching on a big silver turntable that had no tone arm. Well, that was the HDX. Now, the difference between the HDX and the CDX was the HDX had, I believe, like a 60 gig hard drive where you could actually, store music. And at the time when it came out, that was pretty revolutionary. Now, they use the TTX motors, from the Numark TTX turntables, in them. So they're high torque, 2 start and stop buttons, and they're pretty beastly. Only problem with them is, their lasers would go out, and a lot of people had issues and had to get them fixed. So you might see them around here and there. Don't get me wrong. If you come across one cheap enough, you definitely should probably pick it up just because it's fun to have, and especially if it works. You never know. One of your turntables goes out, CD player goes out, it's fun to have. Number 4 is the Gemini CDT-05. Now, this was a hybrid turntable. Now, when these were coming out, it was a turntable that had a tone arm, high torque, but also played CDs. Right? So, the idea is like, whoa, that's dope as fuck. But these just never caught on for some reason. Gemini, as you know probably now, aren't really known for putting out anything really good. Not taking anything away from them, but nothing that they have put out recently has been, over the top. Now, back in the day, believe it or not, Gemini was actually one of the leaders in making scratch mixers. So, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to come out with something at the time that was, to revolutionize the market. And don't get me wrong, it's a great idea, and I've never got to touch one myself and mess with one, but from the specs on it, it does look like it was probably a beast of a turntable, but it just never took off. So, number 3 is a Stanton SCS period 1D. Now, if you guys are familiar with the Numark V7s, there's no other turntable that really does that, I guess. It's basically a MIDI controller, but, Stan came out with this, and it was, like I said, ahead of its time. Everything was great about it, high torque, everything was strong. It actually has the same amount of torque as the Stanton Straight 150s do. Only problem is they're Firewire. Yes, if some of you may not know what Firewire is, it's, I guess you could say, equivalent to USB, just way faster. Now, not all computers have Firewire. That's the problem. So if you wanted to run these, of course, as a MIDI controller, which is the only way you could, you had to have Firewire port on your computer. Now, a lot of the new MacBook Pros, as far as the Retinas and the Airs, don't have Firewire. And a lot of PC laptops don't have Firewire as well. So they really limited their market when they put Firewire on them. I've never seen one in person. I've always liked to, maybe get a pair to see, to fuck around with them. It'd be fun. But yeah, great idea. Probably should have went with USB though. Number 2 is the Numark X2. Now, this was also another hybrid turntable, just like the Geminis. And the reason it was number 2 is because it's Numark. Numark's a better name in the industry, and you would think that it would take off. Now, Numark's always been one to kind of think outside of the box a little bit as far as, recommending things, not recommending, but building things more for people that come from the turntable era. I guess you could say now we're in a MIDI controller era, but you can see when they came out with the NS7, it revolutionized everything. What? Motorized platters that are nice and strong, same motors as the TTXs, very responsive. Exactly with the V7. I feel like the V7 got way overshadowed by the NS7, but the V7 was probably like one of the most, it should have been the future, I guess you could say, as MIDI controllers and turntables in general. But I'm going off topic. We're talking about the X2. Now, it took CDs and it was a turntable as well. I've seen one in person a couple times, and it looked cool, but it just never took off. I guess the hybrid turntable thing is, nobody wants to play CDs no more. Oh well. And number one. Now, this is, I guess you could call it a turntable, but mostly a MIDI controller. I remember when this came out, this was like pretty big or whatever, but it is I think like the full term or the full name of it is the Stanton to Scratch SCS period 3M. Stanton, you guys need to shorten your guys' names, man. That's too long. Well, anyways, this was a 3-piece MIDI controller, and it was all touchscreen, which is cool, I guess, but the fact that there's no knobs and indicators as far as what is what could kind of throw you off. It was 2 turntables and a mixer, and it would connect magnetically. Now, you could buy one separately if you wanted to and use it as a MIDI controller, you know, to fire cue points on like Serato, things of that nature. But I guess, I believe it came bundled with Tractor, and it's cool, you know, but it just never took off. I don't think anybody ever really bought them, and if they did, they probably try to get rid of them just because, I don't know. What were you thinking, Stanton? I don't know. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, or want to know about other products or whatever, yeah, let me know. Like always, my social networks will be in the description right under that like button. And yeah, hit me up on all my social networks for my upcoming events. And yeah, I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Andy Mac, motherfucker.